All right. Well, hey, Ryan, thanks for meeting with me today.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I know it's Friday. You ready, excited for the weekend?
Yes, I was gonna say it was gonna be a relaxing one, but it's not.
Any big plans?
Son's Peter's first football game, flag football's tomorrow, and then birthdays and
Oh, awesome.
other stuff going on.
Yeah, my boys are playing football too, so that's cool. That keeps us busy on the weekends. During the week too, with all the practices
It keeps
and stuff.
everybody
So.
busy and out of trouble.
Well, obviously we're here to talk about insurance. How's business going?
Things are going pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
You guys growing much?
Yeah, actually, we started doing some export to Europe with some of our stuff, and they're loving it over there, and so it's increasing demand and increase in production, increase in people. So
Well, good. Well, good. What about service? Any issues with service that are keeping you up at night?
um, I, not really. I mean, things seem to be okay.
Okay. Any coverage issues that you're having that you're worried about?
No, not particularly. I mean, I don't know. I'm worried about the business, and
Yeah.
I'm just, if it's not in front of me or not there, I don't know.
All right. What about claims? Any issues with claims?
We always seem to have somebody that's done something that they're not supposed to, or you go, what in the world? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
You don't put your finger in a grinder. No, I'm just kidding. They don't do that, but it's just like, it seems like somebody's got something going on or not.
Yeah.
All right.
So mainly workers' comp claims?
Typically.
Typically.
I mean, we've got a couple of delivery trucks. Every once in a while, it seems like somebody backs into a post or something like that. Just
Yeah.
not. I don't know if they're not paying attention or they didn't follow procedures or whatever the deal is, but we always have a couple of little things on the auto policy, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like there's anything major.
Okay. Well, good. Let me ask you this. Talk a little bit more about the claims. What type of claims are you seeing on the workers' comp side?
I couldn't tell you. I just know that, I'll get the HR manager in here. Somebody says, oh, we got to take so-and-so to the ER. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it's just, to me, those things kind of stand out. I don't know about the little stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems somebody else come in and tell me, oh, we had to take so-and-so. So, I'll call, make sure they're okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Being a good boss, but I don't know where the claim stands or anything like that.
Okay. Are you comfortable with how the claims are being handled?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So when your agent came out 90 days after your renewal date to do a claims review, and he got out the loss runs, okay, and you scanned through the losses to kind of look and see where the big claims might be and the ones that might be causing you the biggest headache, and located the reserves on those claims to see if they were potentially set too high, so that you guys could develop a plan of action to get those reserves potentially reduced so that you wouldn't have to worry about overpaying for your insurance. Just curious, were you comfortable with how he handled that process?
To my knowledge, I'm not aware that he ever has done that, either with me or with the HR rep. Maybe he has, but if that's the case, then the HR rep hasn't told me about it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think he's come in and done that.
Okay, so I guess it's not that important then.
It seems like it would be important. I just haven't really given it much thought.
Right, okay. Well, can we put that on the shelf for just a minute and let me ask you a few more questions?
Sure.
How often do you typically see your agent?
He might come out, give me a call, see how things are going once in a while. I know he comes out usually about maybe 2 months or so before the renewal, and then he comes out about maybe 3 or 4 days before the renewal and goes over things, and
Okay.
we trust him. And
How many quotes are you typically getting at the renewal time? You mentioned when he comes out. How many quotes are you typically getting?
usually what he'll do, it seems like he's got our renewal quote because we've been with the same carrier for quite a while. We really like him. I think it's Zenith. They treat us real well.
Mm-hmm.
But and then usually there might be one other, but they don't seem to even be close. So
Okay.
but pretty much we like Zenith, and that's what he brings us.
Are you familiar with the other insurance companies that might have an appetite for your type of business?
I have no clue what's out there.
All right. Well, let me ask you this then. When your agent came out about 120 days prior to your renewal to do a marketing review, okay, and he got out a list of all the available carriers and identified the top 5 carriers that, based on appetite, strength, and claims handling, and went over that list with you and narrowed it down to the ones that really might be able to be competitive and give you some good pricing. And you guys developed a plan of action to receive quotes from these different carriers so we can get them leveraged between each other, so that you wouldn't have to worry about being misrepresented in the marketplace and overpaying for your insurance. I'm just curious, were you comfortable with how they went through that process?
Well, again, like I said, he comes out about 2 months before just to kind of see how things are going, and then we'll see him in 3 days. So
Okay.
I guess
So he's not developing that plan with you.
no, I haven't seen that.
Okay. So maybe it's not that important that you're familiar with the carriers and who has an appetite for your business.
Well, I know we really like Zenith,
Mm-hmm.
but I've just never seen anything else, so I don't know. But I just know that we like Zenith.
Okay. Well, you said you were growing quite a bit. How many employees would you say you've added over the last year?
Probably quite a bit, actually. I mean, I know we were at about 104, and then when we got the Europe stuff, we really had to ramp up and add a lot. So I think we added about between 25 and 30.
Okay, that's a pretty good increase.
Yeah, not all production. I mean, some of that was production, some of it was sales, and some of it was office, because we had to have some management.
Okay. So with that increased employees, I imagine your payroll's gone up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes.
Any issues there?
Not so much, but I mean, we do a really, really good job of budgeting and making sure that we're estimating correctly. So that we follow things to the penny. I'm really kind of a stickler for that kind of stuff. So between myself and the CFO, we're really to the penny on a lot of things.
Okay. How about it? Have you had any surprise audits at the end of the year?
I think we kind of just build that into the budget. We just know there's going to be an audit, so we just kind of put a little fluff. We don't know how much it's going to be, but we just kind of put it
Okay.
there.
Well, let me ask you this then. When your agent comes out 6 months into your policy period to do a payroll review, okay, and he gets out your policy and turns to the page that shows the estimated payroll for the year, and then you get from your CFO the actual payroll that you've paid to date, and they do a comparison review to make sure that, and then, to compare the actual versus the estimated, make any adjustments necessary so that they can spread the balance out through the rest of the year, so you're not worried about that surprise audit, so you don't have to budget for that, so that you can make sure that you're on track, so at the end of the year you don't have the surprise budget, cash out of pocket, and a surprise. I'm just curious, were you comfortable how he went through that process?
I can tell you he's not come out and done that, because like I said, we've always just kind of budget at the end, but it does seem like it would be nicer to amortize that over a few months rather than knowing that there's going to be a couple of months of a chunk of cash flow.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it does sound like it's important to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well, can we talk about that just a little bit more then?
Sure.
All right. So in regards to having a payroll review, how would you like to see that meeting transpire?
Well, it just seems like you were saying, just, get out everything and kind of go over it just to make sure there's adjustments there.
Okay.
that need to be made and how we need to amortize that payment.
All right. Who would be present in that meeting? Would that be something I do with you, or would it, you want
It doesn't make much difference, and for sure the CFO.
CFO? Okay. And when would you like that meeting to take place?
6 months would probably be good because we'll know where we're going to be, and then if we need to add, because we'll have those payrolls budgeted.
Okay. And I'm assuming we can have that meeting here in your office?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right, Ryan. And if we didn't have that meeting, what do you think would be the end result?
We'd still be doing what we do.
Status quo. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring that claims review back off the shelf and kind of the same line of questioning. In regards to a claims review, who would you like to be present in that meeting?
Just my HR
HR.
director, because she can deliver reports to me what's going on.
Okay. And what would you like to see happen in that meeting?
I want to make sure that she understands how things are progressing. So if there's questions she needs to ask you or ask the carrier, I think that would be good.
All right.
We don't want our employees thinking that they're not getting treated, but at the same time, we want them back to work
Right.
as soon as they can. We want those claims closed out.
All right. And how often would you envision this meeting happening?
Oh, probably maybe 2 times a year would be good.
Twice a year? Okay.
I dabbled in insurance before I started this company, so I know
You know a little bit about
a
it?
little bit about the workers' comp, enough to know I hate it.
Okay. And again, I assume we'd have that meeting here in your office?
Yeah.
All right. And what would happen, what do you think could happen if we didn't have this meeting? If it didn't take place?
Again, it's just kind of status quo. Made it work. I'm
Yeah.
selling more stuff, so.
All right. Well, here's what I'm hearing you say you want in regards to a claims review.